space for you. Let the silence be the proof. Listen with my heart and overcome the darkness. Welcome to your reading in Ricky's Cajun Tarot. And we're going to get into it quickly this morning. So y'all set your intentions. And if you'd like a private reading, you can contact me through my email. And let's see what the messages are for y'all right now in this timeless reading. What are the messages for whoever finds their way to this video? Three of Wands, Page of Swords, the King of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, Justice. Wow, wow, wow. A new adventure is coming in for some of you. For some of you, I see travel. But an exciting new horizon is coming into your mind. You have built within yourself a great deal of strength and wisdom. The Three of Wands tells me you're ready. You have created a place within yourself where there is trust in the universe, and you have come into the knowledge more and more that you know who you are. And I do see that here with the Page of Swords. The page is a student. This is a student of one's own mind and a re-identification from the small self to the higher self. So you are now more relating to yourself as a wise, intuitive teacher even. Or at least demonstration of truth. There are new beginnings for you. It is a slow and steady moving energy. I'm sorry, you've got the King of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, and Justice, along with the Three of Wands and the Page of Swords. With this page and this Knight, it just tells me that there's new beginnings for you, new offers, new messages of good news. You are building something, and you have built something slowly and steadily, and now everywhere you walk, you are leaving bits of wisdom. You can see this guy is going on a traveling. He's enjoying the scenery. He's moving slowly. He's in no rush. And wherever he goes, he leaves behind him seeds of truth, seeds of light. He's confident. He's barefoot. So he's feeling very relaxed and yet confident and free, and he's enjoying his journey. That's what you're being asked to do. You are still a student of yourself, and you always will be, but you are acknowledging that now in your life, and it's the journey's becoming lighter. And if you haven't felt that yet, it's okay. Because it's coming in. I mean, justice, the duality of you looking in the mirror of your life, your mind, your friends and family relationships, you're seeing the the non-duality of duality. You're seeing the ego and the Holy Spirit. You're seeing that all things work together for good. You're seeing that you are good, but that you've had to face your shadow side to come to the realization that you had to make a decision that you are good. You are worthy and good of an inspirational life. This is a very spiritual reading, although it does involve pentacles, they represent the material form world. But I can see that you're relaxing into that world of form now, to the point where you really don't need much, but you're open. So this King of Pentacles is sitting here. He's got this huge pentacle to the side of him, but he is extremely happy to just be sitting in what looks like a beanbag chair with his dog, which looks like a wolf. And to me, that represents, look at his white beard of wisdom. He's sitting in a library of books, but he's wearing this bright light green cloak. This card to me represents extreme wealth. The King of Pentacles represents, it's everything you touch turns to gold. But you're not aware of the things in the material world. You're really connected to your inner world. And there's just a knowing that everything comes as it should. Everything comes as needed. Everything is given within this newfound peace within your heart. That's what I can feel, after these huge transformations and rebirth everyone is still going through to a certain extent. I do want to say that everyone's at a different place in their journey, but many of us have really reached a new horizon, which is what this card represents. And not all of us that have reached a kind of like a clean slate, a new state of mind, we're not all aware of that, and that's okay, because everything has changed, but it's changed very slowly, so we sometimes don't notice that when it changes very slowly. And also there's still thoughts, and I like to call they're just shadows. They're not any longer reality. So your reality has changed, but you're not always aware of it. You're not always or fully aware of it. I know that you have an inkling that you are changing. I know that you can feel the changes to a certain degree. You're kind of just allowing this newfound wisdom or this newfound peace that you're in to lift you higher and higher. But it is a very slow moving energy. The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest knight in the deck. It moves very slowly, but it's solid and stable. And it's the reason why it's don't let it frustrate you, because things that are built steadily and slowly, they're built on solid foundations. You can't skip steps. You'll just have to go back and look at what you didn't want to look at before. So it's really great to take your time, enjoy the journey, smell the roses. If you're inspired to learn more about your eternal nature, then be a happy seeker. This woman is extremely into what she's doing. She's reading this book and she's being lifted up by the new ideas that are coming into her mind. This woman has got her surfboard in hand. She is completely fit and ready for her journey on her surfboard. She's built 3 stable wands and she's going out to see what that will bring her now, because there's a certain point. 3s represent growth, and you are growing and you are learning, and it's bringing you into a really content, stable, joyful place where you can just pet the dog and be so happy. But even the dog in this card has taken on wisdom. The dog and this man are both extremely content, and yet they are there for each other. Just representing that there is unconditional love and companionship in your life, and to be grateful for what's there. It may not look like some kind of concept or dream you had about happy life, happy home, but we're all learning that these concepts of happy relationship forever, or marriage, or whatever we have experienced in our life, that the ideas of this joy wasn't always the case. Like, we thought that making it big with our job and getting rich, or finding the most attractive partner, was going to make us happy. But if you're on a spiritual journey, then you came to the point where you realized that didn't actually make me happy. It didn't make me feel like I thought it would. It was all a trick. It was all a concept. So I am not saying that you won't have beautiful marriages and relationships, but the point is to find the joy and the freedom and the contentment within your own self, and to find and establish that relationship with your creator, with your higher self. And from that place, all things are given. All things are given, and all things are coming in for you, because you have put your higher self first. You're on a journey now of something extremely, there's just a lot of lightheartedness in this reading, okay? So, I mean, this one's the most serious one I have, but this card gives me a feeling of adventure and excitement. I mean, she's just getting grounded because she's about to go ride every wave there is to ride out there. It's an exciting new adventure, and you're going on it. Why? Because you have sought deeper knowledge within yourself and within the universe, and you are being lifted out of the small self and the shallow mind into a place of just completely solid certainty and restful peace in mind, and just enjoying the moment with your friends and family or animals. That is really what it's all about. And from this place we are moved. And then you do get up and move very slowly and steadily into your new adventure, while you leave your newfound knowledge behind you everywhere you go. This is an adventure you're going on. And look, you're excited to do this learning. Justice will be served. You are smiling. There's your shadow, all serious, but you coming out of that and into, yeah, I got this, because I'm not alone. I'm not alone ever. I've got companions around me that are here to walk with me on this journey into peace and joy. Take your time as you start your new adventures or adventure, because your whole mind has been swiped of past things that are hurtful, and you're allowing in a whole new state of mind, energy, thoughts that will release you from your past. Come to the edge. So you are being asked to go whatever your next steps are, and they are coming in now. It is time for you to trust what you're hearing and take those next steps. You are going to be a demonstration of truth for others. You are ready. You are solid. Keep that smile in your heart. Continue to look inward as you meditate. Allow there to be a small, soft smile on your face as you close your eyes, as a reminder that you're working towards peace as you meditate. It's not just to sit there and be uncomfortable. It's just to allow the discomfort to pass through for you to come into peace. You're going on a new adventure. There's no doubt about it. With the Three of Wands, sometimes you can think too long about getting into that water. So if there's any kind of stuck energy that you're going through, you're being asked to take a leap of faith, to come to the edge and jump. because, you're safe. You're protected, you're safe. And any doubts you may have about these new beginnings that are coming in for you, you can lay that down, lay your burdens down and just go for it. If not now, when? You're protected, you're safe, and you're in a very light energy. And if you're not there yet, it is coming in for you. Okay, you're being asked to trust. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. And that is the message for y'all today. You truly cannot make a mistake. The fact alone that you're going inside and taking the time to ask is enough. And if you're at the beginning of this listening and following business, then you have to make mistakes in order to learn what works and what doesn't work for you. It's just part of the process, and it continues for a lifetime. You continue to make mistakes and learn. That's what we're here for. You're being asked to come to the edge and take a leap of faith and to trust. You are gaining knowledge. You really are. You probably don't know it yet, but you're doing everything you can, and you are evolving. And you're just being asked to carry on with what you're doing. Take your steps forward. Start moving forward. Now is the time. You're ready. And to trust yourself. It's a big one, but if you're here, please listen. The Spirit wants to tell you you can trust yourself. There comes a time when you have to just make a decision that you're going to decide that you live in a loving and trusting universe, and that whatever you believe to be true in your mind is true for you. So if you're finding any beliefs in that mind of yours that are outdated and based on fear and, maybe a past organized religion that you just were born into, it's time to start self-inquiry and inquiring, is this really true? And is this for me? And how do I know it's true? And if it's not, then I want a more peaceful way to live. And I want a loving God to worship, or no God, maybe just source, maybe just an energy that, in my life, I've just always known that there was something greater than me that made me out of love, and only because I felt so much love in my heart. So I knew I couldn't have been made of spite. I knew I had to be made of love. So that's the journey. Really experiencing that you are made of love, you are love, and you have love to give. It says focused intention. Keep your unwavering, I'm sorry, I can't see. Keep your unwavering thoughts, feelings, and actions focused on your target, and you will make your mark. All right, so the message is, because we were just talking about trusting yourself, coming to the edge and taking the leap. You're more identifying now with love in your mind. You are more identifying with peace now. You faced a lot of your shadow self, and you are being asked to, as 24/7, to become aware of the thoughts in your mind that are not loving. If they are not loving, they are not true. And I know that it can be require an extreme amount of discipline to focus your intention on love and good, or at least notice when you're in fear and the whole program is up running your life. If you stop and say, oh my God, the things I did this week were based on fear, you're going to want to change that. So, and you can't change it if you're not aware that it's going on. So the guy in this King of Pentacles that came out with this focused intention card, him and the dog are completely focused, yet relaxed. They're focused on peace. And you're being asked to do the same and to trust. Generosity. Okay, so with the Knight of Pentacles, you have generosity. So you are going to be taken even deeper into joy and love when you concentrate on giving your energy, time, and love away. Generosity, giving yourself away. This guy is on an individual journey, but he's not thinking just of himself. He's leaving wherever he goes his light and wisdom and seeds for others. So that's a huge thing for, I think, everyone right now. When it gets really dark and we're going through a transformation and we start to get so focused on our own mind and our own self because we want to heal and we want to learn and we want to come out of this. After a certain point, it is time to take, after a certain point, I mean, you have to go in and in, but you can't just stay in that place for months and months and years. There's usually about a 2 to 6 month inward period when you're going through layers of beliefs and thoughts in the past falling away. But after a minute, when you get sick of yourself and hearing the same thing happening in your mind over and over again, that's when the Spirit wants you to start going out and giving away everything you've learned and helping others. Because the more that you talk about what you've been through, the more you keep it for yourself. It's a beautiful way to extend what you've learned and to keep what you've learned. So giving your love and your wisdom away is going to be crucial for you in crucial for the rest of these shadows to be healed. Crucial for you to start to see that you have come into the other side of this transformation. Otherwise, you don't even know. You have to get out there and give it away to know that you have changed. Sure, you'll make mistakes. It's part of learning. You have to stop worrying about failing. You can't fail. And really, failure is about that feeling of failing is really about wanting others to love you for what you've done. You can't do anything to be loved. It's who you are. It's what you are. And that's what Spirit wants you to realize before you go accomplish anything else on this plane. You need to know who you are in truth, that you don't have to do anything to gain anyone's love or your Heavenly Father, your source, your higher self, infinity, whatever you want to call it. You're just that. You're just love. That's what you are. But you've come here and forgotten that. So this is here to remind you, these readings and whatever you do to try to remember the joy in your life. It says hidden secrets, lost wisdom, look a little deeper. Okay, and that came out with this Justice card. And as you can see, she has gone deep into her subconscious to look within and to find a balance with her ego side and her spirit side. Ego, spirit. And this card is saying, look deeper to find the hidden secrets within you. Yep, a little more time inward to look and you'll be coming out of this feeling very, very reborn, brand new, but actually feeling that for yourself. You're being told you're not alone. Sometimes it can feel like an isolating journey, but you have been doing the right work, coming to terms with your shadow side. I mean, I'm looking at this card and you can't really see it, but here below she's kind of like a almost evil, but not, that belief that we are incapable of being loved or loving, that belief that we're just dead inside. That's what I see. But she has overcome this belief, and you're being asked to do whatever you can do to overcome the belief that you are anything but love, that you are so completely loved, that you yourself have the ability to love and give your wisdom to everyone who crosses your path. That's the messages I have for you. I hope they helped, and I'll see you next time. It brings me to my knees now. It brings me to my knees, and how this love comes over